liberation of Europe starts at Normandy on the 6th of June 1944. The D-Day, the Allied forces land at Omaha's beach, starts the Operation Overlord. More than 250,000 men and 50,000 vehicles carried out this operation. The main participants were the American, English and Polish Allied forces and French troops. After landing at Normandy, the liberation of French cities progressed until they arrived in Paris the 23rd of August. Paris was liberated from Nazi troops the 25th of August. The second great achievement of the liberation of Europe was Operation Market Garden. This operation took place between the 17th and the 25th of September of 1944. It was the highest airborne operation in history. It was a perfect collaboration between United Kingdom, United States, the Netherlands, France, Poland and the rest of the Allied forces. The main objective was the conquest of strategic bridges in the Netherlands. In order for the Allied soldiers to cross the Rhine River, the last natural frontier which divided Allied forces from Germany. The beginning of Operation Market Garden was a success. During Sunday the 17th of September, the 101st Division achieved conquest. At the south, 4 of the 5 bridges were conquered. The problem was the conquest of Nijmegen Bridge. The 508th Parachute Infantry Regiment was sent to occupy the Nijmegen Bridge, but it was stopped by German troops. So the bridge was in German hands the first day of the Operation Market Garden. Monday the 18th, the liberation of Eindhoven came. Despite the delay of the operation because of some problems, the 101st Division, with the help of the 30 Corps, arrived to Eindhoven. The 82nd Airborne Division had secured the bridges at Grave, Heuman and Honinghutti. But they continued fighting at Nijmegen. On Tuesday the 19th, the 30 Corps had reached Grave and they freed the Parachute Infantry Regiment, which was stationed there. In the afternoon, the first units of the 30 Corps reached Nijmegen. They attempted to take the bridge, but they were rejected at 400 meters of it, continuing the skirmish during the night. 30 Corps was reinforced with infantry regiments and they made a second attempt. This included crossing the river Valle in boats to attack simultaneously from both ends of the bridge, but the boat did not arrive that day. As a result, for the second consecutive time, the 30 Corps could not cross the river. Contrary to the first plan, the attack was now set for the 20th of September. The following day, Wednesday the 20th of September, the English canvas rowboats arrived. It was hastily ordered that the attack by the North American 82nd Division was done immediately, to not lose another day. A crucial collaboration between American, English, Polish and Irish forces started. In the afternoon, a battalion of the 82nd Division crossed the river during the day in 26 boats. The result was a dangerous mission. The soldiers were not used to the design of the British boats. Also, in the absence of some oars, some soldiers used the butts of their rifles. Half of the boats managed to reach the other shore. The surviving soldiers assault the northern part of the bridge after they crossed 200 meters of land under enemy fire. The German forces withdrew from both sides of the bridge, which were quickly occupied by Irish tanks and the 2nd Battalion of the division. Finally, the Allies took the bridge after 4 days of combat in a dangerous and risky mission. The Allied liberated Nijmegen of Nazi forces. Operation Market Garden ended without liberating the last bridge at the city of Arnhem, but the liberation of Nijmegen was a great result of cooperation between all the Allied countries. It's very important to refer to the role of the Allied forces in this battle, because a very important point is that the nations who contributed in this were the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Poland, and all of these nations contributed to the same goal.
I'm 75. I spent more than 40 years of my life being a consultant of the German Ministry of Agriculture and afterwards of a big German company. My own daughter is 41, living 3 miles from here in Germany, with her husband from Holland because houses are cheaper in Germany. And she is driving a car with the number plate of Kleve in Germany. 50 years ago I would have felt ashamed when a German car would be parked in front of my home. Today it's business as usual. The man who was a sitting colleague from me, he's also living in Germany, and he's driving in a car with German plate. And he doesn't feel bad when he's driving through Holland or Belgium or France. It's over. And of course, this is the enormous contribution which the good politicians after the war, like Adenauer, like Schuman, like in Holland we had also von Kleffens, people who had fantasy, who realized if we don't make a step aside and don't accept that it's a question of giving and taking, then we can build up Europe again. That's how it started in 1948. And of course we have problems, but do you know the history of the United States? Before they were completely united, it took them also 150 years. We will need 4 or 5 more generations.
The cultural communication and the cultural diplomacy were key elements. Nowadays, besides international politics by the countries that continue creating Europe as a united nation, and despite of all the memorials in all the countries where the principal operations of the European liberation took place, there are many tools at our disposal that reinforce and approximate us to the feeling of Europeanness. The audiovisual world gives us the possibility of enjoying history through books, films, audio, pictures, video games, etc. And these new possibilities are available for all the countries that form Europe nowadays, not only for the countries who participated in the liberation of Europe. We have to mention the Liberation Route Europe Foundation. Platforms such as the Web of Liberation Route give us the opportunity to discover the world through technology in a funnier and a more enjoyable sense. The Liberation Route Europe seeks to connect this history with the lives of today's Europeans, underscoring the role of international reconciliation in promoting reflection on the value of our hard-won freedoms. The Liberation Route Museum, in collaboration with other companies, has created an exposition about the roots of liberation in Europe. It reflects the point of view of the different countries and the opinions that each country has about the same facts, a multi-perspective point of view. This project is the first to create, by means of biographical approach, a multinational perspective on war, occupation and liberation. The project aims to make this pivotal era in contemporary European history visible and accessible to all, not only with innovative, sustainable touristic products and offers. Also, the industry of the video games contributed to enjoying these feelings of collaboration in the liberation of Europe. The importance of Nijmegen Bridge as an icon of European liberation has appeared in several video games such as Medal of Honor Frontline or Call of Duty Roads to Victory. The games take place in Europe and the purpose is fighting against the forces of the Third Reich. In the game, you become a soldier of the Second World War and you have to liberate Europe on the Allied side. These games also contextualize your mission before playing, so it's a way of being involved in this feeling of liberation. You are liberating Europe in a virtual way. These tools are very interesting because they can be used to teach other countries how today's Europe started. People from the countries where the missions took place to liberate Europe have a lot of memorials to remember what happened. Through these memorials, local people learn what happened and remember the importance of a united Europe. But with the new digital tools, people from Spain, for instance, who didn't participate in the liberation of Europe, but are European citizens nowadays, can know how the feeling was that French, Dutch, English or Polish people feel when they remember these historical facts. All these ways to know history are helping us discover and reinforce a common feeling, a feeling of one united nation. The collaboration that all of Europe started after the Second World War was the beginning of a great nation. This cooperation in the liberation of Europe was the start of the creation of a feeling of Europeanness. The liberation of Europe was just the beginning. The years after the war, and with the help of the USA's Marshall's Plan, all the Allied countries worked together to build a united Europe. However, we will need more years to finish building a bigger feeling of Europeanness. We are doing well and we are already on the right track.